Get ready for the biggest stories hitting the wire. Elon Musk is joining President Donald Trump on his high-stakes visit to China this week. We break down exactly what this massive delegation means for global business and geopolitics as they prepare to tackle some incredibly sensitive discussions about arms sales to Taiwan. This is huge, and you do not want to miss even a single detail of this monumental meeting.
Never get caught with a dead phone again. This INIU portable charger is compact, travel-friendly, and gives you fast 45-watt charging with a built-in USB-C cable, so there's no need to carry extra cords. With 10,000 mAh power, it's perfect for busy days, trips, emergencies, or anytime your battery drops too low. Grab yours on Amazon through the link in the comments before your phone hits 1%.
Next up, we dive into the powerhouse lineup accompanying the leaders. We're looking at the full roster of business titans joining Elon Musk and Donald Trump on this trip to Beijing. From Tim Cook and Larry Fink to David Solomon and Kelly Ortberg, this delegation is stacked with some of the world's most influential executives, setting the stage for major agreements across aerospace, energy, and technology. Then we get to the core of the agenda. This summit isn't just about trade deals, it's about massive strategic conversations. We explore the critical discussions expected between President Trump and President Xi Jinping, focusing heavily on the future of artificial intelligence, the race for rare earth minerals, and the looming shadow of the ongoing war in Iran and the contentious status of Taiwan. The stakes couldn't be higher. Finally, we look at the context behind this massive gathering. We examine the history between Elon Musk and Donald Trump, including their past clashes and recent reconciliation, and the significant business commitments, like the massive arms sale to Taiwan, that are on the table. Stay locked in because we have the full breakdown of who is coming, what they will discuss, and what it all means for the world. Don't go anywhere. A high-powered delegation of American business leaders, including Elon Musk, is set to accompany U.S. President Donald Trump on his upcoming visit to China, where sensitive discussions on Taiwan arms sales are expected to take center stage. The 17-person group includes prominent figures such as Tim Cook, Larry Fink, David Solomon, and Kelly Ortberg, alongside women leaders Dina Powell and Jane Fraser. The visit is poised to include formal announcements regarding a board of trade and board of investment between the U.S. and China, alongside potential agreements in aerospace, agriculture, and energy. Beyond business, the summit will address major geopolitical issues, including the war in Iran and the long-standing status of Taiwan, a region over which China asserts ownership. President Trump emphasized a desire to avoid aggression from Beijing, noting the geographical distance between the two nations. When questioned about U.S. arms sales to Taiwan, Trump indicated that he would consult with President Xi, who reportedly prefers that the U.S. refrain from such sales. This has fueled speculation among foreign policy analysts that Trump might adjust U.S. policy on Taiwan as part of broader trade agreements with China. This speculation contrasts with previous administration actions, as the Trump administration previously approved the largest-ever arms sale to Taiwan valued at $11.1 billion. However, a senior U.S. official indicated that the administration expected U.S. policy on Taiwan to remain unchanged, stating there had been no policy shifts following previous interactions. The U.S. also stressed the need for Taiwan to increase its defense spending, noting that the parliamentary defense budget fell short of the administration's requested funding levels. The overall goal of the summit appears to be maximizing business cooperation while navigating complex security and trade dynamics between the two global powers. A high-powered delegation of American business leaders, including Elon Musk, is set to accompany U.S. President Donald Trump on his upcoming visit to China this week. The primary focus of the summit is expected to be sensitive discussions regarding arms sales to Taiwan. The delegation, confirmed by a White House official, comprises 17 individuals, several of whom are billionaires. Joining Musk and other prominent figures are outgoing Apple CEO Tim Cook, BlackRock's Larry Fink, Goldman Sachs Chairman and CEO David Solomon, and Boeing President and CEO Kelly Ortberg. Other members include Dina Powell, president and vice chair of Meta, and Trump's former deputy national security advisor, alongside Jane Fraser, CEO of Citigroup. Beyond the Taiwan issue, the U.S. and China are slated to formally announce a Board of Trade and Board of Investment at or after the summit, with talks expected to cover further agreements in sectors such as aerospace, agriculture, and energy. The White House is keen on securing agreements for Beijing to purchase more soybeans from American farmers and Boeing aircraft, building on a recent thawing of trade relations following a meeting in Busan, South Korea, where Trump agreed to lower tariffs and Xi relaxed rare earth export controls. While business deals are central to the agenda, significant discussions will also address the war in Iran and the status of Taiwan, a point of long-standing contention. President Trump emphasized a desire to avoid aggression from Beijing, noting the geographical distance between the two nations. When questioned about U.S. arms sales to Taiwan, Trump stated he would consult with President Xi, who reportedly would prefer the U.S. not to sell weapons. This has fueled speculation among foreign policy analysts that Trump might adjust U.S. policy on Taiwan or restrict arms sales as part of a broader trade and strategic bargain with Xi. Despite these policy discussions, a senior U.S. official highlighted that the administration's previous policy on Taiwan remains largely unchanged, noting that previous interactions have not resulted in policy shifts. However, this follows a significant arms sale approved by the Trump administration in December, valued at $11.1 billion, which was substantially higher than sales approved during the preceding 4 years. The official also noted the U.S. government's desire for Taiwan to increase its defense spending, expressing disappointment that the full scope of the administration's proposed defense package had not been funded. Donald Trump is set to travel to China this week to meet with President Xi Jinping, bringing along a high-profile delegation of America's top business executives. According to a White House official, the U.S. delegation will include several key figures, notably Apple CEO Tim Cook and Tesla and SpaceX CEO Elon Musk. The extensive list of business leaders accompanying Trump includes CEOs from major corporations such as BlackRock, Blackstone, Boeing, Cargill, Citi, Cisco, GE Aerospace, Goldman Sachs, Illumina, MasterCard, Meta, Micron, Qualcomm, Visa, and Tesla and SpaceX. The summit is scheduled to run from Wednesday to Friday and marks the first time a U.S. president will visit Beijing since Trump's 2017 trip during his first term, following a postponement earlier this year due to the ongoing Iran war. Experts anticipate the discussions between Trump and President Xi will heavily concentrate on critical global issues, including artificial intelligence, the supply chain for rare earth minerals, and other pressing economic matters amidst the ongoing U.S.-Iran conflict. Elon Musk and Apple CEO Tim Cook are slated to join a high-profile U.S. delegation led by President Donald Trump for an upcoming trip to China, marking the first presidential visit since 2017. According to a White House official, Musk and Cook are among more than a dozen business executives accompanying the president. The trip to Beijing is set for May 12 and is poised to feature a critical meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping amid ongoing trade tensions between the two global powers and volatile oil markets, influenced by the Iran conflict. The relationship between Musk and Trump has been complex. Musk previously faced public friction after his tenure leading the Department of Government Efficiency, known as DOGE, which aimed to streamline government operations. However, the relationship has reportedly mended. Musk recently visited the White House as a guest for a dinner with Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and participated in a technology discussion in Washington attended by Trump. Tim Cook, who is planning to step down as Apple CEO by September 1st, also plans to join the delegation, having previously attended a state dinner with King Charles III. Cook's presence comes as Apple continues to navigate the complexities of its global manufacturing strategy, following past scrutiny from Trump regarding iPhone production in China and India. The delegation is packed with major corporate figures, including Larry Fink of BlackRock, Steven Schwarzman of Blackstone, Kelly Ortberg of Boeing, and CEOs from major financial and tech firms such as Goldman Sachs, Meta, and Visa. This high-level gathering underscores the intersection of global commerce, technology, and international diplomacy as the U.S. engages with China.